Welcome and thank you for taking the time to view our Discovery video. We will provide you with greater insight into our franchise and how we work. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Bernard and I'm one of the founders and also currently one of the directors of the TechShop franchise. I qualified as a chartered accountant in the mid-90s and did what most accountants were doing back then by spending a few years in the UK. It was only upon my return to South Africa that the dream for starting the TechShop in 2001 was born. For me personally, it has been an incredible journey being part of such a fantastic company since the early years. This next screen is just to show you where we come from and where we're going. As you can see, in 2001 our first office was established, and it wasn't until 2007 that we franchised the concept. Today we have 71 offices operating throughout Southern Africa, and over the next 2 to 3 years we project that that number will increase to over 100 offices in Southern Africa, as well as looking at the option of international expansion. Before going any further though, I'd like to ask you a few questions which we believe are very important in making a decision about our franchise. So here goes. Do you want to establish an asset of value for your retirement or for your family? Do you want to live a life free of the rat race created by corporate pressure or a regular job? And lastly, do you want to create value for people who work for you and value for your clients? If you have answered yes to all three of these questions, then we absolutely believe that the TechShop is for you. I'd like to now share a little more information with you about us. We are the largest accounting and tax franchise in Southern Africa. Our focus is on establishing successful accounting and tax practices. We provide a unique franchising opportunity for bookkeepers, accountants, auditors, tax and related practitioners who want to start a new practice or who want to expand their existing practice. And of course, for those who join, they benefit from the best forward-thinking accounting franchise brand with access to professional support, proven practice models, cutting-edge software and apps, latest marketing strategies, and a vast network of accounting and tax professionals. So, whether you are already in practice or are thinking about starting out, it's important to note that we have made everything very easy for you. Why do you need to reinvent things that can take many years to perfect in practice? For example, documents and templates. These are general letterheads, engagement letters, termination letters, and all the other formal communication has already been done for you. Manuals and guides. Here we are talking about practice and operating manuals and guides for dealing with various matters in running your practice. We have outsourced the best software in the world and provide these to our franchisees at discounted cost with priority support. Marketing. This is a massive consideration today, especially in our profession. I'll be sharing more about marketing a little later, but for now I can assure you that we are industry leaders in terms of marketing in our profession. Backup and support is a major component. We have a dedicated support department to deal with technical, legal, marketing, franchise, or any other queries which our franchisees may have. We are extremely proud of our support services, and if you don't believe me, you are welcome to test this by contacting any franchisees listed on our website and to ask them directly about the efficiency and professionalism of our support department. And then networks and partnerships. We have established great business partner relationships, which means that franchises get to expand their service offerings and add greater value to their clients. All of this and everything else has already been done for you. For me, this next graphic is one of the most attractive reasons for anyone to join the TechShop group. This graph compares the growth over a 6-year period of a practice which is not part of the TechShop group to one which is. So for example, here you can see that a standalone practice, that is one which is not part of the TechShop, takes on average just over 5 years to break even. This is represented by the blue line, and the blue dot shows the break-even point just over 5 years. This information, by the way, is according to independent research which has been undertaken in South Africa. Now, if we compare this to the growth of a tech shop practice, represented by the orange line, you can see that the break-even point is just over a year, usually between 12 and 15 months. Our growth is far quicker due to our national presence, the networks we tap into, the marketing we do, and for many other reasons. And that gap between the two lines we call the acceleration growth gap, and it represents a huge difference in value which is lost by any practitioner which operates on their own over roughly a 5-year period. Now, I mentioned to you earlier that marketing is a major issue in our profession, and I'd like to look at this in further detail with you. The first problem we have is that accountants are not very good at marketing. I'm sure we can all agree that it's not in the nature of accountants to be salespeople. The second problem is that our market is very complex and difficult to market too. Because we are selling professional services, we cannot fight on product or price, but we have to differentiate ourselves in other ways, example through our professional relationships and by building trust with clients. So these two big issues cause major problems for accountants. So how do we deal with the marketing dilemma in the Tech Shop Group? First point I want to raise is our professional mentoring. We have been around for many years, and through experience we've come to understand what works and what does not work. For example, some strategies work well at certain times of the year, while they won't necessarily work well at other times during the year. We have also figured out ways to sell more to existing clients and how to use our existing client base to bring in more clients. Through our digital leads, this is the Google ads we place. We're on social media, websites, various online advertising, blogs, articles, etc. In brief, we're all over the internet, and leads are regularly generated through our presence. All leads are pre-qualified at head office. The principle here is that we do the work at head office for our franchisees so that the leads they receive are of a very good quality. Our networks and business partners are very important. Through these, franchisees can offer services to clients that they would never have done were they practicing on their own. For example, audit work or BE work or legal services or various other services. The great news here is that our franchisees receive referral commissions for such work which is passed on. I'd like to make special mention of the marketing course. This is something we provide access to all franchise owners when they join with us. It's very unique to the Tech Shop. It's designed only for accountants. It's a very practical course, and it's dedicated to getting our franchisees at the forefront of knowledge for marketing in our profession. And finally, there are other options to look at in terms of expansion. The last one I want to mention here is the option of buying client books. So this is where we purchase blocks of clients from existing practitioners. They may be selling for various reasons, for example, retirement or immigration or whatever the case may be. This is an excellent way to grow a practice quickly, and the good news is that financial institutions are far more willing to lend finance where existing clients are purchased. Now, for the big question on everyone's mind, what does a franchise license cost? I'd like to start off here by saying that we differentiate between accountants who are starting out from scratch and those who already have existing clients. We recently restructured our franchise license fee so that if you don't have a practice yet, you can buy a franchise license from as little as 4,250 Rand per month or even less. You may have noticed that we titled the screen, "What is the investment?" and not "What is the cost?" because we believe that buying a franchise license is an investment in your future. People will easily pay this sort of monthly installment on the purchase of a motor vehicle, which has little value at the end of 5 years. But by investing such an installment into building a successful accounting practice, you are creating an asset of value for your retirement. Now, if you have a practice already, then our approach is slightly different. In fact, we apply a formula based upon your current turnover to determine your franchise license fee, and in many cases this can be very little. For example, we recently sold a franchise license and the total cost was only 25,000 Rand. So if you have a practice, I encourage you to contact us to find out what fee would apply to you. At this point, I also want to point out that we take a very personal approach when dealing with our franchise owners. We are very different, by the way, to other franchisors in this way, and we try to accommodate each person based upon their financial position. So, whether you're starting out or whether you already have a practice, please email us at inquiries@techshop.co.za and we will provide you with various payment options to suit your needs. Here we've put together some testimonials for you from various franchisees to show you the diversity in our group and also the types of people who form part of the Tech Shop. For example, on this screen we have Ilse from Midstream, Maxwell from Bloemfontein East, and Joan, who is the license holder for False Bay South. I don't want to spend unnecessary time reading all these testimonials to you. You are welcome to pause the video and read them yourself at any time. However, I do want to point out that a common thread runs through all these testimonials, which relates to the positive relationship we have with our franchise owners and the strength of our support and our network. Here are some further testimonials from Kim in Leidenburg, Tom in Polokwane, who owns the license for Polokwane East, and Liz, who owns the license in Rosebank. Once again, you will see the reference being made to the strong interest we take in the well-being of our franchise owners as a common thread throughout these testimonials. There are many other testimonials you can view on our website at any time at www.techshop.co.za. So to find out more, please don't hesitate to visit our website or to email us at inquiries@techshop. We have a fantastic frequently asked questions section on our website where common questions are answered. Examples include questions such as whether franchisees may operate from home and whether they may accept clients from areas outside of their franchise zone. Feel free to request a personal callback to discuss any questions you may have. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Take care from our side, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.